Hello everybody!
And welcome to One
Plus One is One!
Yay! So, today we're going to talk about something very, very interesting.
Yes, very interesting. About the age gap in relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Between men and women.
Exactly. How much older is okay? What age gap? It's too big, you know? So, yeah.
Like, how old is too old?
How old is too old?
Because
yes.
there is something like too old.
Too old, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes. So, let's start with the fact that it obviously depends how old you are and how old your partner is, because remember, it's not the same when you're not the same when you're like 15, 20, 25, right?
Yes.
Obviously, we have to be aware of that. So we can say you cannot say 10 years is too much. It's obviously too much when you're like 15 and he's like 25 or something.
Yeah.
But when you're like 30 and he's like 40, 50, well, okay, 20 years, no, wait. I wanted to say 40, then it's something completely different.
Definitely. I think it's just just like you said, a 15-year-old. Well, you know, with 15, I don't know if people are in relationships with 15. Maybe that's the age when it starts.
Yeah.
But I think generally we can say before 18, 19, nothing more than 3 years.
I agree.
Maybe 17, you can be with
Maybe
3 years
yeah.
older, but under 17, 2 years max.
No, totally. I think when you're under 17, then you should be with someone your age. Someone that is at the same mental state as you.
100%.
Yeah, with the same experiences in life, you know, same interest, because it gets weird. When you're so young, you're
a child.
You're a child, and I think you can get traumatized so easily because, of course, when somebody's older, he is just different in a mental way, in a mental, state. So, yeah, I think when you're young, especially young girls, always think like, oh, older men are like better, older men are smarter, are maturer, blah blah blah. Well, that's half true. It's not it's not
only half true.
Exactly.
100%.
Because no, when you are a younger, be with someone your age. When you start dating, when you start having a boyfriend, please be with someone your age, because I personally don't think that when you're 16, you shouldn't be with someone that's 20. For sure not. No,
and I don't know why everybody thinks, well, you can be 16 and 20 is not even the worst example.
That's true.
But I've seen
of course, yeah.
I don't know, 17-year-olds with 25-year-olds or something.
That's crazy.
There is something very wrong, because at 17 you might just get into this world, your first experiences and everything. Yeah. And this 25-year-old has a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Usually, and then it's just also weird, but we'll talk about the problem later. I just want to make what we think about the age gap depending the age you're at as a girl.
Exactly. And the older the man, the more experience he has, the more things he knows, and he just wants to do different things than you know, and the interests are just completely different. You are completely different levels in life. And it's not compatible, I think, when you're like a child, still in your teenage years, and this man is a grown-up man who has finished university, who has a job, or I don't even know. So I think this is a very important topic to talk about, because, yeah, I think it's getting like trendy to date way older guys, and I don't know, especially on TikTok, social media. I remember me personally when I was like a bit younger, I was like, oh yeah, I want a older boyfriend, 5 years age gap, it's minimum. That's crazy. You cannot do that when you're like in your teenage years.
No, not when you're in your teenage years, but I also think that's what I wanted to say is there's the one thing when you're 15, then when you're 20.
Of course, yeah.
it's not only about the number of your age, but also about how you think, how mature you are as a person. Because at 20, you might be more mature than some 25-year-olds. That is possible. And also women are more mature than men at a younger age. But of course, not a 15-year-old with a 30-year-old. This is like jail time. Of course, that's true. Normal.
Exactly. I mean, you can be more mature, but it's possible that you don't have the experience this man has, you know? So you can be mature, you can act mature, I don't know, but still you don't have seen everything, you know?
Yes.
So that's exactly the problem. You can be more mature, and that's exactly like, I think, the conflict when you're like a girl. You notice, okay, this boy is my age or is 1 year older, 2 years older, but he thinks like he's, I don't know, 5 years younger than me. And I think that's the problem for girls. But just keep in mind, when you're still, you know, very young, then please just date someone more your age.
Yes.
And then when you get obviously older, this change. But we will talk about it like.
Yeah, no, I think it changes. This really depends. I think there's one change when you're over 20, of course. Yeah. But then there's another change, because at 20 you are just getting into this adult world. You are for the first time living on your own, not in high school anymore.
Exactly.
You do what you want to do with your life.
You socialize with older people also. You're not in school anymore. You socialize with like
whoever you want.
Exactly.
And I think there's
that's
also
a changing point.
That's a changing point. That I would say that I thought for me, you know, I thought like 10 years when you're 20. I think 10 years should be the maximum.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of 20.
At the beginning, yeah, me too. That's I agree with you. It's also when I think it's a lot. It is a lot. I don't know, maybe I think when you're 20, I think maybe 5 years. It's like, okay, I don't know. I'm thinking about my experiences. That's why I don't know. That's why it's difficult.
That's what you think.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting.
That's why I was a bit stuck right now.
Yes, the thing is, girls want mature men, even though girls are not that mature yet. And I also, you know, it really depends.
Yeah.
I think 10 years, but it's also when you see it, a 20-year-old just starting her life.
Yes.
And this 30-year-old lived his 20s already. And there's an imbalance.
Exactly, that's what I think. I think when you're 20, you're going to experience your 20s. You know, you're going out, blah, blah, blah. And when you're with a man that's 30, who already lived his 20s, his wild life, I don't know, it's an imbalance, right?
100%.
Right,
100%. And I think once you're, let's say, 25 or more, the age gap can get bigger without a problem. Of course, it will depend from person to person, how you are and all of that. But strictly from the number, I think over 25 and especially like 26, 27 plus, but a big fat plus.
Yeah.
Of course, not with a 60-year-old, but who wants that?
Exactly. But then I think like, you can decide.
You can decide whatever you want.
Sure. And because you have had enough experience, you're old enough. I think that's like the age where you can like, you know for sure what you want.
Exactly.
And know that that's exactly what you want. Because when you're younger, you're like, oh, that's good for me, that's better, older, always better, blah, blah, blah.
It's not good always, for you. It's always. Not good for you.
It's not, exactly.
Yeah.
So
exactly like you said, I think with 27 plus, you're really fully shaped as a person to make this decision. Of course, you don't know everything yet. You never know everything.
You never know, exactly.
But it's a point in your life where you can be like, okay, now I can tell for myself who I can be with, who I can't be with, because you've had your experiences and all of that.
Yeah, you have a different perspective about life and men in general, because
you learn,
and how you see men now will change in like a few years, for example.
This always changes.
This always changes. So, exactly. No, I agree with you. 26, 27, yeah, and then plus.
It's you're like over 30. If you want to be with a 50-year-old, then just be with a 50-year-old.
Who's going to say anything? Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore. It's
totally.
You're old enough and mature enough to just make your decisions about it. But especially for the younger girls, I mean,
I said that
younger than us also.
From the bottom of my heart.
Be careful.
Be careful, because things can there are some experiences that can just touch you and traumatize you, as I said before, that I'm not talking about especially really bad things or so, no, but there are things that you're like just not ready for, I don't know, and in general,
definitely. And we're saying, this is such problematic, but what is the problem about this?
Exactly.
There's
a problem. Why is it a problem?
Exactly.
A big age, especially for young girls. And number one, I would say manipulation. Because this person has lived longer than you, he can just manipulate you. It's a fact, He has more experience, he knows more.
100%.
And just because he's older in age, he can manipulate you. And that's something you have to be completely aware of. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how many books you have read, with how many boyfriends you have been, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
It's just a whole different thing, because this older man, I'm not saying older, depends on what age you're at. He just lived a life before you, and I think that we are sometimes a little naive.
Totally.
And we don't really see that as a problem, and we don't really realize, we're like, but we understand each other, but he just knows how life works, and you don't, and we don't.
Exactly.
We don't. We have no idea.
Exactly, and he knows how it works, and he knows in what stage in life you are, because he has been there before. He knows what you're looking for, what you want, what you don't want, blah, blah, blah. So he has completely accessibility, exactly, to manipulate you,
to your brain,
exactly.
He kind of those older men with more experience in life kind of have like a key to your brain, because they've been with women, they know what women want,
they have been with many women, and that's exactly the thing. Mostly I don't know, younger girls, they have had maybe one boyfriend before or something, but when it's the first experience with an older man, then it's like he can have the total control over you.
Because he just knows how it works. He knows how to manipulate people. With age, you just learn what to say so you can get what you want.
Totally.
I also learn what to say so I can get what I want. Exactly. I'm talking about daily life, not... no, this is totally normal. Yes. And I think that sometimes younger women or girls see this person as like their rescue, and like that's a big mistake.
Exactly, like the hero, he's the smart one, he knows so much. Oh, he likes me because I'm so mature. Oh my god, let's talk.
Don't start with the you're so mature, because we have a lot of stories.
In New York, like every day we heard the sentence, oh my god, but you're so mature. You girls are so mature. From older men, actually. Obviously.
Every single time we would go out, some weird men would come up to us. Not always weird men, but mostly weird men. Like older, and we would talk normally. And how old are you? And we would say, and they will be like, oh, but you're so mature.
Oh my god, I cannot believe it. You are just so mature.
And you're so smart for your age.
And we know
girls, no.
Watch out.
No.
This is not a compliment. This is just not a compliment. This is just weird.
This is sick.
This is actually sick.
Crazy.
Like, you're so mature. Come on. When you're so old, you cannot say to a girl, you're so mature.
No.
What do you mean?
No, they you know, it also depends on how much older. Like, if a 20-year-old guy says to a 21-year-old, "Oh, you're more mature than most girls your age," it's one thing.
It's one thing, yeah.
But if a significantly older man says, "Oh, you're so mature," and he's kind of like hitting on you, he just wants to feel better about the age gap by telling himself
that
you're so mature. He's not telling you that, he's telling himself that.
You're so mature, exactly.
Oh, like, she's so mature, I can, it's okay.
It's okay,
It's not okay. Don't take advantage on younger girls just because their frontal lobe is not fully developed yet.
Totally.
They don't know.
Totally.
We couldn't know everything.
Exactly. And that's something we noticed, like, with time. At the beginning, we were like, "Oh,
thank you.
Thank you."
No,
but then,
thank you.
No, thank you, because, no, that's just weird, and that just doesn't make sense at all. So, girls, remember, it's not a compliment. Men just wants to feel better and you to think that, "Oh, you're so mature, you know, it's like completely fine."
Like, I'm okay that I'm trying to get something from you because you're so mature.
You're so mature, and it's fine. I mean,
you're young, but you're much better in your head, and they want you to make you feel, "Oh, I'm so mature, I'm so smart,
exactly. Like, I can get along with older men, like, I'm entertaining him mentally, and I don't know, with what I'm saying and communicating with him, blah blah blah." So it's just a brainwash.
Brainwash, exactly.
So no,
you can never be too careful with this, because like I said, it depends, but most of the time when older, like, we have to think about it that way.
Yeah.
Why would mentally stable, successful, normal, good guys, good men,
good men,
when they're 35, ever look after a 22-year-old? Why would they do that? What's wrong?
I mean, a 22-year-old is in a completely different chapter in life than this older man. This older man, let's say 35, like you said, he has a job, he wants family, he wants
kids probably.
Exactly. And mentally, he's just so much more educated, much more smarter, I would say, you know. Well, educated, has more, information about things. And why would you want to be with such a young girl? That's suspicious.
It's very suspicious, because
this girl cannot match your lifestyle.
No, of course not. Of course not. And also, in big age gaps, there's a power imbalance, and also financial imbalance, because a 20-year-old cannot, in 99% of the cases, can't have the money of a 32-year-old who's like really successful, has his job, and then you don't have a choice but being dependent on him.
Exactly.
Because if he has the money and you don't, and you get together with him, he will always... he just has the money.
Exactly.
You can't afford to pay for all the activities.
Because an older man will obviously go to restaurants, go to nice places.
It's
not like when, like, teenage that go to the cinema and watch a movie or something. No, it's like their activities are different.
Very different.
So, and you cannot pay for that. Well, most of the cases you can pay for that.
Yes, of course. There's always exceptions, like people getting rich at an earlier age. But most people, when they're in university, 20-year-old, and they meet this older guy, and he has so much money, and he's so good at his job. There's also a status difference, because he has accomplished so much. You're just at the beginning, and I'm not saying that in every case. I believe that it can work between a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old. It can work.
It can work.
It really depends on the people. And
totally. That's what
how they are
highlight,
and where they are in life and everything. But it's hard. In most cases,
it's just
I think it's hard
possible,
because...
I agree. I totally agree. And what you said with the money, it's like you're dependent on this person, and you will always feel like, okay, he has the money, he's the smarter one, he knows how everything works, so I have to do whatever he wants, whatever he says because he knows.
And
He's
that is
like
so
my
wrong.
hero. He's like, this, you put him on a pedestal. I don't even know.
Yes, because sometimes you forget about the age. You're like, but he has
And
all
you
of that.
think-
You think you should have it too, but you cannot have it at
because you're not
20.
at the same level in life. You're not exactly.
Like, even with some of our people we hung out with,
Yeah, oh
we
my
were like,
God.
but they were like girls and men, like
yeah.
a group, like a fun group. They had really nice apartments,
Yeah.
amazingly good jobs. And-
Facing with.
And like, I remember, I can tell this, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, well, if you're listening to this, I don't know. I never had south-facing windows. I can tell you that. But the thing is, I remember this one time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even lied. It was not a friend of us. No, it was not really a friend. It was just this one dude, and he lives in a really great apartment at the 43rd floor.
Yeah,
and
with south-facing windows to
and
Manhattan. You
like
know?
all over Manhattan. You
Yes.
can see the Empire State Building.
Really nice,
like amazing apartment.
Yeah.
And I remember we were talking and he was like, so you and Charlotte live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, I cannot do this. I just said yes. I was like, yeah, because I knew he was never going to come to my apartment or anything. Like, I was like, this is very superficial. I was like, you're never going to see where I live, so I might as well just lie to you. I was like, mind you, at that time, we lived with a gay couple in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath room.
6 square meter
like
room.
4 people in 2 rooms and a bathroom. And we had a window, but it was facing a wall, the New York style, of course. And we slept in the same bed.
Yeah.
We didn't even have daylight in our room. And this guy was like, nice, 2-bath. I was like, 2-bath? Why? I was like, yeah. And he has, and then we talked about like something with windows.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I like it when it's dark in my room when I wake up so I can sleep in without getting affected by the light. And then he says, so you have like south-facing windows, right? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And in my head, I knew
Wall-facing
that
windows.
I have wall-facing windows building. We lived in Hell's Kitchen, mind you. This is just an example because...
Yeah. I think we always compare ourselves to like our older friends who are like very successful, and we're like, oh my god, we want this and this, but we cannot be at the same level financial speaking, because it's just not possible. We'll still, I don't know how many years younger.
Yeah, like 10 years younger, and so much can happen in 10 years.
Exactly, and
those people
at our age, they were exactly at the same stage.
That is exactly what I wanted to say. Those people we talked about and had those great jobs in great apartments did not have this at our life at 21. They didn't have.
No.
They didn't live on the 43rd floor in a New York luxury apartment.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is also like there's a power imbalance.
No, of course. And that's something that you don't realize when you're younger.
No.
Much younger, exactly. So,
and
that's definitely something that you have to watch out as a girl. So please watch out. Yeah. I also think like the age gap preference of a man says a lot about his confidence and about his self-esteem. Because when men are looking for younger girls, they have an issue. There is an issue with these men. And
definitely.
And also you can also see it when guys chill with way younger friends or have like way younger friends. This is very strange, because that means that they cannot keep up with people their age, They are not at the same level mentally. They don't feel important. They don't feel they can fit in with those people, So that's why they look after younger people, not only in a relationship, but also in like a
friendships.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to feel important. They have to feel like they can apport I don't know, they can bring something to the table for in like communication, in like
Definitely.
So that's a thing.
No, definitely. I see it exactly the same way, because I think that I don't even know how to explain this, but there is something just off, and like old men who are only hang out with, like, why do you have not one single friend in your age group?
Exactly. Why?
Something's like, weird. Do you feel the need to have more power over the other person? Because
exactly.
I'm not saying that one is more or less powerful, but of course the older ones just know more. And
exactly. And if they want to feel like they can fit in, and they want to feel like they can say something smart and feel like they're like the leaders maybe of a group.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they notice that when they're with people their age, they can just not keep up with them. So, and that's what I'm trying to say with relationships. That's also the things. Men, when they feel like girls, they don't take them serious, or they feel, okay, I cannot keep up with this girl, she's way smarter than I am, or girls in my age, they don't look at me or something, because I don't know, because they are just these men, how can I say it, these men are just like, something is missing in their personality and in the way of thinking, in their matureness, and that's why they look after younger people.
Yes. And I think that some older men are looking especially for younger girls or people in general, because they know that they're not that emotionally intelligent, so they will keep up with their shit.
With their shit,
so like,
exactly. They will not notice that something is wrong in their heads.
In their heads, no, right? 100%. Like, older men will look after younger girls, because they know, oh, younger girls think, oh, older man, he can take care of me, blah, blah, blah. But they could do the same with women and girls their age, but they know those women wouldn't accept what's going on there, because I'm not, I don't know how to explain this.
Because older girls are used,
have standards. They
know can difference between, okay, he's a good guy, he can keep up with me, and this guy is just, I don't know, stuck in their mind.
Because younger girls and women might think, oh, he's so good for me, like my rescue, blah, blah, blah.
But
with the age, it's not really how it seems, and not everything is that perfect.
Exactly. So older men are not always mature, are not always smarter, or blah, blah, blah. So keep that in mind, that if an older guy is hitting on you, and that doesn't mean that he is like the best option, because there's a reason why he's looking after someone way younger than him.
Also, just because this older guy is into you, and you might feel so validated and, oh, he's into me, this is not about you. This is a problem about him. It's not that you're so great that he's into you.
Exactly.
And I know this might sound a little harsh.
Yeah.
But just because older men like you, don't think that's a good thing. That's not a good thing.
That's not a compliment.
I mean, older men will always like you because they're sick. But that doesn't mean that you... Because they're like... sick. It's sick to like girls way younger, because they just know they can manipulate them and do games and play games, and they will stay longer than mature women.
Totally.
That's the problem about this.
Exactly. It's just not a good thing.
No, it's an imbalance
in age, and
you can do that at one time, but don't waste your young years.
When you're young, be with people your age, be with people that, I don't know, have same interests, are at the same chapter in life and everything, because it's going to be so much more easier for you. And later, you're going to be so grateful that you listen to us.
No, definitely. Not all men want younger girls. And there's people, I also had someone who texted me, oh, yeah, I think you're really, I don't know, interesting, wanna go on a date, I don't know. And he asked me how old I am, and I said I'm 20, and he has, oh, I'm 24. He's like, oh no, that's out of the question. Like, that's such a good
Oh wait, did he say that?
Yeah, actually. He was like, oh, okay,
Like,
maybe
you're
like
too young. He
yeah.
said. Oh wow.
You did. I didn't tell you that.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay, wow, that's no, it's a preference thing, also, you know. I mean, wait,
Mommy.
you thought you were like older. He too old.
I don't know.
No, but exactly, no, that obviously, yeah, it depends preferences. I mean, 20, 24, that's okay, I think. Completely.
I think
okay.
that's okay, but some might be like, oh, you're just maybe there are some people who really want to keep it in their young years,
yeah.
like really in a young age gap, and I think that's
good.
really cool that some people are really okay. Let's not jump on too crazy.
Yes. And you as a girl, you have to decide for yourself too. Remember, men, boys, guys, I don't know, they will never think what's better for you. They will just want you. So
for them,
exactly. So you have to think for yourself, is this okay? Is this acceptable? Who is this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Because he's not going to watch out after your mental health, after your well-being at all. Well, yeah, that's what maybe I'm too extreme.
He might, but it's just, I don't know, it really, really depends on the person, because there are 30-year-olds out there who behave like 20-year-olds, and there are 22-year-olds that are mental. No, I don't think they are. I want to say that like really mentally far. But also most men, I think we've also said it in the last episode, but I've had guys who I've talked to, and they were also like, yeah, no, I only got to write in my head with 30.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's okay. You can meet with them whenever you want at the end. But this is just a little tip from us. Because we experienced bad things sometimes.
And because of that. And we
learn from our mistakes or from our lessons.
So that's why we're sharing like our little experiences and our knowledge with you. So I don't know, you can just take this with you and do with it whatever you want. For the girls out there, for the young girls, just watch out. Remember, not everything is there's like a saying, not everything is gold what shines.
Or right.
I don't even. But I don't
like
know if
not
it's
every diamond, shiny diamond is worthy, or something like that.
Exactly, not every shiny diamond is.
Like there are diamonds who are shining, but they're
fake.
They're fake. Anyways, not everybody's fake, but this is just these are just our thoughts about this whole age gap, and I'm sure we have a lot more to learn.
Totally.
But this is our knowledge for now.
For now, let's see.
I think it's pretty good for our age.
Maybe in a few years, part 2.
Maybe in 1 year you're together with a 33-year-old.
You're like with a 50-year-old, who knows? And we're like, think so, age gaps, that's just a number. Age is
love has no number. We never know. This will be very funny in that case.
Yeah.
But no, we're listening to our own advice. Yeah, totally. Definitely. Okay.
Well,
that's it, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. And always remember, we have every new Monday a new episode.
Yes.
Okay.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.